recently they released the God of War trailer for God of War Ragnarok. You played the first one. What did you think about the first one?
Yo, the first one, that shit was fire, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've been telling me so long, like to play the game, and I never played it. Typically, that's what you always do. You always tell me to do something, and I never do it until like 2 years
I feel
later,
like
three
if
years
I tell
later.
you to do it, like I'm not telling you to do it because it's shit. Like I'm telling you to do it because it's
I'm
fire.
not doing it because
I
I
know, but
think it's
I'm
gonna be
saying
ass.
like if I tell you like at least 27 times to watch something, I don't know
Yeah.
how many else times I can tell you to watch it to tell you it's fire.
Bro, you can ask everyone. Like people be telling me to watch it, and then I'll randomly hit them up like a year later saying like I watched the whole thing. Like,
Imagine if you did that with Invincible.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You fucked up. Like you would have fucked
yeah.
up. Like, you know?
I don't know why I watched Invincible right away. That was interesting.
Because it was fire. There was nothing you could do about it. It was just too heat. It's too spicy.
Yeah, once when you watch that first episode, you kind of hooked. I
Yeah.
still gotta read that comic thing like that, but I'm kind of holding off because I feel like
Spoilers.
it's too much spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Because the book that you have, it goes far.
yeah.
I think I was watching the interview with the creator. He said he has not like the comics itself is like it's up to like 10 seasons.
Oh dang. Yeah, and I
So
got the omnibus, so
exactly. So
yeah. I was gonna read it, but I was like, you know what? Because you made me stop. I was about to read it, and you made me stop because you was like, yo, like dang, you know everything that's happening in the show. I'm like, man, that is true.
but that's at the same time because before Invincible came out, I looked it up. Like when the first trailer dropped, I think it was like 2 years ago or something. I did some research on it. I knew Omni Man was a villain off rip. Like I've been knew that. Like
Mm-hmm.
and I know a couple more things about the story, but watching it, I feel like imagine watching it blind.
Yeah.
It would be crazy, like the fact that you Omni Man, like
I mean, it was
yeah,
crazy for me because I
exactly,
didn't know Omni Man was a villain until
exactly,
I seen that scene.
exactly. So that's why I was like,
Honestly, like I'm gonna sound stupid. Like I still didn't feel like he was a villain after when he did all that. I thought there was a
the
reason.
first thing you think is like, oh, he's mind controlled, or like
Yeah,
they probably threatened him or something, like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But then you really find out he's just, he's just
yeah.
that nigga. But yeah, I'm excited going back to God of War. God of War, I think it was 2016 God of War or 2018. That is probably one of my favorite games I've ever played in my life. When it comes to storytelling, the gameplay, the fact that there was no loading screens, the graphics were crazy. You actually cared about the characters. Like I played all the God of Wars, the original ones, not the ones that came out on like PSP.
Yeah.
But I played the mainstay. Like I played God of War 1, 2, and 3, and throughout the series, you do care about Kratos a little bit, but with this one, I felt like he was way more humanized than the other ones, especially because he was a father in this one.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me a like hella Last of Us vibes, and Last of Us is definitely one of the top five greatest games I've ever played ever.
It's kind of interesting because I didn't think like the character Kratos would like be soft, become soft. Like I thought even if he had a son, like it would even change him. Like he would just probably ghost him. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just got that vibe from him.
Wait, have you beaten any God of War
I
games?
beat the first one. I don't know if I beat one on PSP, but I think that's just the first one again.
No, it's a separate game, but
It's a separate
like,
game.
yes, but it's not. It's like a
It felt like an origin story,
yeah. It's like an older version of Kratos and shit.
but I've never played like. Is there like a one that's called God of War 2?
It says God. There's a God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3. There's God of War Ascension. And there's two more that came on PSP and shit.
Yeah, I haven't played Ascension or the second one.
So after beating the third God of War, the ending pretty much he does what he planned out to do. He kills all those things, and it's kind of like he kind of wasn't satisfied of what happened. So I guess even though they don't explain how he gets to Norse mythology, but it's still like that ending kind of showed like he's not satisfied with what he's doing or the outcome of his actions. So it's kind of like him growing, and it's a spoiler, but he kills himself at the end of the third game. Um,
How the hell does he come back?
they never explain it, but they do in the new God of War. You see, like he has a huge like gash in his chest. It's because he stabbed himself.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So maybe he didn't die.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I'm excited about the second one is learning more about his son Atreus. You know, learning more about his origins and how he's pretty much Loki and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see how Thor plays out in this game because they did show him in the trailer. One thing I was excited. I feel like the one thing that the newest God of War was missing that the old ones had was the two things that they were missing. One was enemy variety. I feel like actually there's three things. One was enemy variety because I feel like you did fight a lot of the same creatures over and over again.
Yeah.
Two was the boss fights. I feel like there was only really like 2 or 3 good crazy boss fights in the game. Where originals there was every boss fight was crazy.
Yeah.
And the third one was more using other weapons. Mm-hmm. This game you only get the axe, and then later on, like pretty much halfway through the game, you get the swords, the blades of chaos.
Yeah.
In the older games, he had like mad weapons.
He had gauntlets.
Yeah.
He had a lot of stuff.
I'm hoping. My hope for this game is for him to kill Thor and get the hammer. That would be crazy if he got the hammer.
Yeah.
What? Because the axe is pretty much the hammer. Like you throw it, it comes back and shit.
So like in the Marvel, you know how Thor, you have to be like,
like worthy.
Yeah, is that?
I don't know.
Is that like an actual thing?
I think it is, but at the same time, it's like it's Kratos. So yeah, I don't know. Anything can happen.
And then Kratos is like,
yeah, just pick it up. Like he's so tight, he just picks it up. Like I don't know. That's really crazy. Wow. But yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with this one, and I hope because it makes sense that he's not doing all the crazy shit he used to because he's older now. Mm-hmm. But I do want more.
I feel like Atreus is gonna do something stupid because like even in the one that we were just playing, the dude was
He's a hothead. It's like his dad.
Yeah, he was a hothead. He was like. And especially when he found out he was a god, I feel like it was getting to his head a little bit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So, I do want to see more when it comes to a character depth. I want to see more. But I feel like what they did with the first game is kind of like if they just do that with a little bit more, it's already like almost a 10 out of 10. Like, you know? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't really know what to expect out of this one. But I'm excited. I can't lie. But yeah, so
glamour of wearing diamonds.
Diamonds bring status, elegance, and prestige. Their brilliance makes